Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome to the weekly timetable for the week of October 19th, 2014. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 videos this week. The reason I add plus 2 there is because, as of this recording, 2 of the videos haven't made it up yet. Don't ask me why. They still have hundreds of minutes left on their upload times, and I can't fathom it. One of them should have been up last night, but YouTube decided to fail the upload on me, and that's not my fault, unfortunately, because I can't blame myself for it. And I don't have a reason as to why. The official YouTube reasoning is because it's not a supported file format, but I promise you it is. And if it isn't, my name isn't El Samelio. Anyways, I've got 2 videos on the way up. One of them is the Terminus podcast, and I've got 5 that are already up. The first one, of course, is Simulation Protocol Episode 2, The Cripple Arrives. We've got the 4 of us together for once. That's impressive in one way. Not impressive in the fact that despite the 4 of us being together, we get killed repeatedly. Although I won't say together because Chris is out of it. Technically, he's out of the fight, at least for now. While his wrist heals, he's designated to be a farmer and to be a spokesman in the background, I guess. And he hasn't been doing a good job at either of those. Screw you, Chris. But we start our foray into the Orange Wool area, the lava-themed, with these invisible blazes over fiery people, or with skeletons with armor on. That's very kind of cool armor. But that's that.
Come on, secret chest, where are you?
I don't think...
Oh!
Oh.
John, if you can race back here, I'll be able to get your stuff, but I can't hang out down there because of the spawners.
Grab some blocks from my inventory and make a wall.
Alright, well, let's see if I can pick everything up. I couldn't pick everything up.
Now do you wish I was there?
Yeah, Wyble, why don't you cut your losses and start farming?
On Tuesday, we had Trainman Plays Chris Soares Locomotion episode 151, Yard Enhancement. That's right, we work on our yard a little bit. Yard enhancement entails rearranging some of the stuff down at the beginning of the... You know what, I have no idea what happened this episode. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember at all. But, my excuse is that I made it a little while ago, and I shouldn't have an excuse, whatever. Hold on. I'm going to find out what happened in this episode. Because, why not? Yeah, no, enhancement of yard. That's really all that happens here. We divide the, that big crossover thing in the middle isn't, it doesn't quite do it for my liking, and I've been getting less than satisfactory performance out of the efficiency of said yard. Therefore, I decided to tear up the little thing in the middle and replace it, and divide the things up so that it works a little bit better. And that is actually continued over into the next episode, I believe. Either way, this episode has been, or this yard has been a major point of alteration in this series, and I do feel actually kind of proud as to what it's come out to, because while I won't say it works or that it's efficient, I'm just glad that it's gotten this far. Yeah. And there's a lot of AI stupidity as well.
That wasn't... Oh wait, yes... What am I talking about? Yes, you could have. Or at the very least, why didn't I throw in a crossover here when I knew that these tracks went the same direction and they wouldn't be isolated anyways? That just must have been silly oversight by me. Of course, I can probably quote me in the past going, you know, I shouldn't do this because blah 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 blah. It would be a terrible idea because it would destroy the whole system and something. Oh well. Sorry, old me. You're just gonna have to deal with current me not paying attention.
On Wednesday, we had... Wait a minute. Something's not right here. On Wednesday, we were supposed to have War Thunder Episode 29 Fight for the Fighter, but it got pushed onto Thursday because What did happen? I don't quite remember. Something happened, and it got pushed onto Thursday. Oh yeah, my computer restarted in the middle of the upload process. So I had to try that one again. And it's just a couple of random battles, and then the final battle before I got my P38 Lightning to replace my aging P400. And I've got to fly a little bit. It's pretty hefty, and it's pretty cool. So that's that.
Wow, there's real estate on eBay. Wow.
There's so much stuff on eBay, man. You can find anything on the internet,
eBay's defense.
including assassination
Police
contracts.
officers. Copied pot brownies.
Oh, there goes a dude. Wait, where are the people that I was just shooting at? Here's one. Well, I killed him before he slammed into me. That was worth it.
On Thursday, we had the Zombie Train episode 93, Over TARDIS Pass. 93 ends with a 3, therefore it is a run session. Woohoo! We get another run session out there, running a big boy intersection with the T1 in TS12 in TS12 no less. There are a few things that are buggy about the map that you didn't get to see. But because of 1,000 subscribers, I did decide to announce that I'm going to open an alpha for the Tamaros Vale and Anaconda Railway, and you can kind of do whatever you want with it. I'm just basically going to be handing out copies of the map over on some website that I'll link to in the description of the next Zombie Train video. And you guys can go pick it up and take it home and, play with it. And tell me what's wrong. And there are plenty of things, trust me, that I already know are wrong. Examples are Tamaros and El Dorado Canyon. Those areas probably need to be redone, definitely for Tamaros, and I've been brainstorming exactly how to do it. But that's going to be a project for another day. Right now we just have to deal with the fact that the curves are awkwardly sharp and the grades are awfully steep.
So here we come into El Dorado Canyon. We're gonna get to see the entire train go by. Somebody count the cars with me. Just kidding, I'm not gonna count the cars. I lied, I counted the cars.
Anyways, on Friday we had Trainman's Fever Episode 8, Line Rearrangement. We finally get the dough to plow down some buildings that have been standing in our way in the middle of town, and that's about $4 million. So with that cash, we then go on the initiative, build a bunch of rails, and make it so that our long water level route from last episode is now the one that curves up and attaches to Hexham. And we have the other two tracks that come in from whatever the town is down there, and then curve up sort of, I want to call it north, but I don't know what north is on the map. Just up relative to the way that we generally look to, I don't remember that town's name either. Either way, we divide it up into two major lines, basically. We don't have any other principal passenger transport now except for those two. And I start devising what are going to be my next plans of action for this world that we're in.
At the very least, the commerce is healthy and it's going to remain healthy. What is my yearly profit, anyways? Well, 1.83 million this year. That ain't so bad. And again, I think we're about to get one of those big maintenance bills. There was one. What did that bring it down to? Really not that far down. This year is a good year. Alright, so let's check again what these things cost. 864, 858, so that's 2 million. And then another... We could pull this off right now. Hold on, pause. If I did my math right. 1, 2, 3. Son of a gun. I forgot about him. What are we gonna do with you? I still have the money. Okay, hold on.
Now, as for the other videos we have or will have, I wouldn't be surprised if this video makes it up before those, because it's a lot shorter. And of course, having 3 videos uploading at once is kind of a pain, and they're each taking a considerable amount of time, but they'll get there eventually, I suppose. The shortest one is the Terminus, and it's supposedly 662 minutes remaining. That's 11 hours. So that's less than ideal. While I don't believe it will take 11 hours, if it's still going in the morning, that's going to be kind of disappointing. Anyways, I will talk about the Terminus podcast in a minute, but on Saturday we should have had Space Engineers episode 12, which was the one that failed the upload and set us all behind. Space Engineers episode 12 was originally entitled Journey to the Center of the Asteroid. It's just O'Gillies and I, and we decided to bore a hole straight through the asteroid onto the shadowy side, so we don't have to worry about incoming meteorites when we're trying to work on our cruiser to be. Unfortunately, we only got 1 out of the 4 crew there. At least we had 1 good episode with everyone. But, you know, I suppose having 1 person is better than being by myself. And hey, it's just like old times. Just O'Gillies and I working on stuff. I cut this one in half to put us a week in advance, so episode 13 is going to be the continuation of this and the completion of the path, among other things.
I'm on the fence whether I should use the right click to get through this or the left click. I mean, I'm not in it for the
You're
oars.
on the fence because the right click. You should use the mouse scroll button because it's right in between.
Except that doesn't
Yeah,
do
we'll
anything.
use it anyway.
No.
You should never go mining, especially for uranium, because uranium is bad for your health. There's a thing called radiation.
Who's uranium?
Who's cranium?
The Terminus podcast was one where we were flying guestless. We didn't have anyone else other than the 3 hosts, and even TJ had to bail out kind of in the middle of it, which unfortunately meant he didn't get to talk about Person X. But he did say he returned with a vengeance. And speaking of a vengeance and segues, there was a according to my storytelling, there was a vengeful husband that didn't want to keep around the 2-foot gauge railway that him and his wife have made. No idea if any of this is true or even remotely true, but there's a railroad on sale for $10,000. A whole railroad with diesel engines and a steam engine and 2-foot gauge and logging and tourism and crap. Sorry. Out in the woods of, I think, Indiana. And $10,000 is a lot of not money. It's not a lot of money for a railroad. So, Terminus Podcast is going to purchase it. Just kidding. If we had some funds, possibly. But I'm not willing to start a Kickstarter campaign to get the Terminus to buy a railroad. And either way, based on what people have been saying, I don't think we'd be able to hold a damn railroad together. But the Terminus had some interesting talk, and for once I came out on top on the strike count, due to some very bad jokes on my part. So go check it out, laugh at the jokes or cringe at them, pick one, or do both. It's perfectly feasible to do both. But speaking of things to laugh and cringe at, Simone Biles runs from B on podium. This poor girl, I believe it's ice skating, I don't remember. She gets onto that first place podium, is given her bouquet of flowers, and there's a bee in it. And then she, of course, is freaking out because there's a bee in her bouquet of flowers and it's chasing after her. I would be freaking out too. I don't like bees. I don't like being stung by bees. Bees are bad for you. And who knows, she could be allergic. She could have more reason than most, but that's something to cringe and laugh at because she's trying to escape this bee and having none of it. The cool thing this week is the snowboard train jump, which is pretty cool, even though it's probably considerably illegal. The video's pretty old, but that doesn't stop it from being pretty awesome. There's a wall built to hold back the embankment. It's a cut, I should say. It looks like there could have been a snow shed there at some point, but there isn't one right now. And these guys decide to snowboard off of it over a train and down the other side. So they wait for a train to come through. It's Southern Pacific, I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly. Southern Pacific train is coming through, and they snowboard jump over the train, which is really cool, other than the fact that they could have gotten in big trouble for it. But of course, this was not the modern day and age where people are paranoid and they'll come after you for every little thing, however justified they believe they are, or however justified they could be in the long run. Chasing down people is no way to get in their good side. But the winner this week, I'm sure you knew it was inevitable from the moment you saw it pop up in my video of the week candidates. Buy my Volvo. BYE. Goodbye, my Volvo. The story of the man who bought the Volvo from Pony Hans and his journey into Italy. And his work on the team for Forza Horizon 2, etc. The car is in the commercial. You can go and find it. I mean, they showed the clip of where it is in the commercial anyway, but it's very incongruous, this, 91 Volvo wagon in with all the Lamborghinis and, the top-tier sports cars. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, and they should totally include it as DLC, even though I don't own the game. They should totally include it as DLC. It might get me to own the game. But that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully these videos will make it up before then. And, yeah, crossing my fingers. Trendman out.